Not as nearly as many people as Harvard. Should still be able to get the message out.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
And from the sea to the river!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Peace, y'all. We can gather in close, gather in. We're here once again at the Lobby 7 steps to make our voices heard at MIT. We're here to say that the Cambridge and the Boston community have had enough of MIT's complicity in the ongoing genocide against the Palestinians. We've had rallies and we've struggled, and for all that, MIT has just ignored us and plowed ahead. All the universities in Boston and in Cambridge have ignored and plowed ahead with their complicity. Over the last month, we had an era of encampments. This was a time when the community came together around the student intifada. But the universities showed their true face. They brought in the cops, they brought in state violence, and they brought in discipline and tried to isolate us from the community. But the community rallied around. That's right. They tried to paint the community as dangerous, as outside agitators. They said all this while they continued to maintain a relationship, a research relationship with the IOF, which has currently been dropping bombs on Gaza. Here at MIT, they maintain a research program producing algorithms for drone navigation to drop those bombs. So who is the real danger? Is it that's right, is it the community members who are trying to end the complicity with genocide? Or is it MIT who continues these ties? Is it Harvard who continues to be invested through their endowment? Is it all the universities who refuse to listen to the voices? The community has risen up. The community says no more. 40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead.
And you're suspending us instead.
You're suspending us instead.
40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead.
And you're evicting us instead.
You're evicting us instead.
40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead.
And you're suspending us instead.
You're suspending us instead.
40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead.
And you're evicting us instead.
And you're evicting us instead.
So now to speak as a member of the community and a leader from the Boston Coalition for Palestine, Palestinian House of New England, and North Shore for Palestine, please welcome Fawaz.
Assalamu alaikum. we started the Boston Coalition for Palestine back in October, we knew we had a long way to go, but we didn't think we're actually going to be still struggling to stop a genocide. But we lasted, you lasted, and we are persevering. And that's the good part about this. And this was beyond our dreams, even when we grew to be 42 organizations part of the coalition. And it simply shows that this is part of a going down system for the Zionists and the imperialism in the United States. Because they're running out of solutions. They went as fascist as they can, they're going as genocidal as they can, yet they failed to stop anything. Because we are the real thing, and they are the leaving empire. From there, we moved to something that didn't happen for many, many years, which is the students. The students, again, just like many years ago in the 60s, they rose again. Coincident, Columbia? No, it's not. Or any other school. Because the students are the heart of any revolution. They are the blood of any revolution and any movement. And they went strong, and they did everything they can, and they sacrificed their own future because they know there is no future without the liberation of Palestine and everybody else. There is no future without freedom for everybody, without ending the apartheid, without ending all genocides, and without totally ending Zionism and imperialism. And they went fascist on us. What they did in Emerson, in Northeastern, even when they went mild, like in Harvard, they still suspended people and totally illegally not allowing some to graduate. But that didn't move anything because those students, especially in those elite colleges, their mission is way beyond graduating and having a job. They are about creating a new future for many generations to come.
That's right!
This is why we stand with them today. This is why we are here today, and we will be there for them and everybody else every day, because there is nothing we do that's worth it if we cannot support each other and be the rock that each other can lean on.
That's right.
So let's keep doing what we are doing. We are going to persevere. We're going to go steadfast. We're going to keep protesting. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep posting. We're going to keep standing for every lie. And it doesn't matter what kind of a price we pay, because our families in Gaza who live in tents on the beach, few feet away from the tide, they need us more than we need our degrees. The indigenous people in the United States, in Palestine, and in everywhere, they need us more than we need our jobs. And we have to outlast evil, and history is on our side. Good always outlasted evil, and we're going to be on the right side of history.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Globalize the intifada!
Globalize the intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Intifada, intifada!
Globalize the intifada!
Globalize the intifada!
Intifada! Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
We are the student intifada.
We are the student intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Mobilize the intifada.
Mobilize the intifada.
That's right.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. As we know, our comrades throughout Boston and Cambridge have been globalizing the student intifada. That's right. They've been with us through the fight in their own encampments and dealing with their own complicity. Down the road at Harvard University, students and community members have been campaigning to divest their massive endowment from the occupation. But the administration and their corporation went rogue. Despite overwhelming support from the faculty and overwhelming pressure from the students, over a dozen students were prevented from graduating by a corporation overlord. Shame! So to speak on this injustice and the response from the people, please welcome Asmer, a comrade from Harvard.
MIT and Harvard, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
MIT and Harvard, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
My name is Asmer, and I am a proud member of the Harvard Out of Occupied Palestine Coalition. Students, workers, the people. We will not rest until divestment is met. We are here because we contend with the violence thrust upon the people of Gaza and Palestine and the student front in the battle of liberation. We reject that violence. We reject the silencing, and we reject complicity. 2 days ago, I was supposed to graduate from Harvard University. On Wednesday, however, I received notice from the Harvard Corporation that they had not, in fact, voted to confer me my degree. I, along with 15 other student seniors, would remain on probation or suspension, jeopardizing our futures, our livelihoods, and our family's security. But that's not important. Let it sink in for a moment. In an unjust, uncalled for break from precedent, a set of business people and influential alumni had the power to circumvent pleas from nearly 500 faculty and staff members, 1,500 undergraduate signatories to a petition demanding our reinstatement, and 50 organizations writing statements of solidarity. The rot is evident. The exception to Palestine is evident. This is the death of higher education as we know it. All this is to signify that the corporations ruling our universities, directing their heinous endeavors and encouraging the violence that is complicit in this genocide, are scared. They quiver at the first sign of our voices breaking through their peaceful, ignorant, and unaware campuses. They fear the community we create. They struggle to make sense of a departure from the status quo. And that is what we are. This is a rebellion. The world, whether it likes it or not, is forced to contend with our dissent. And when it represses our dissent, what does it achieve? It achieves nothing but to embolden us better, to fuel our grief, rage, and our willingness to subvert. It enables two commencement speakers going off script to condemn the university on its platform and its stage. It causes more than 1,500 people to walk out of the biggest celebration of the year, leaving the university to shame. It made us reimagine what a commencement should look like and allowed us to give it form in the shape of a people's commencement. A celebration of the fight for truth and speaking it to power. Harvard prided itself for not being in the news this semester and did so by launching nearly 70 plus disciplinary cases, thinking that silencing would automatically result in a détente on campus. Hate to break it to you, but that's not how it works. It never has. If they thought we would stop fighting back, and if they thought that they could suspend the movement, we tell them to go Google Harvard right now and reevaluate their decision. This is what happens when you engage in bad faith negotiations, when you go back on your promises to grant amnesty and allow individuals to graduate. We have seen nothing but a commitment of fostering mistrust, a willingness to deceive, and a dedication to genocide from Harvard and MIT and all of these other campuses across the Boston community. We see the same at MIT today when the university states that it does not want to mirror what happened at Columbia, but still deploys riot police to violently apprehend protesters. Let me remind MIT as a Harvard student, the students see your bad faith. It sees through your deception. And trust me, my comrades know how to respond. All the while remember, your degrees are no longer a recognition of your prowess or your ability. It is your conscience that gives you that. It is your ability to put things on the line. It is your radical ambition. It is your sense of duty, and it is your willingness to remake the world and push against the grain, no matter what the consequences. These wars against innocent people are no longer invisible. They have never been invisible to people that look like me and to the world we inhabit. I am from Pakistan, and I saw how drone strikes ravaged my country and led it to dismay, at the expense of countless civilian lives, enabled by those masters of war that sit behind desks and give orders to cause havoc over our lives. These wars against our people are no longer invisible. We cannot afford for them to be invisible. We will not let them remain invisible. And we will not stop, we will not rest until you disclose and divest.
Harvard, Harvard, you can't hide.
Harvard, Harvard, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
Harvard, Harvard, you can't hide.
Harvard, Harvard, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
Cut the funding, cut the ties.
Cut the funding, cut the ties.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
No research for genocide.
No research for genocide.
That's right. MIT and Harvard are supporting the occupation. MIT and Harvard are supporting research for genocide. That doesn't sit right with us at all. Here's the thing. A lot of people come to us and ask us, what are we doing? What are we protesting? Like, what material change are we going to make? Well, the thing is, when MIT supports the occupation and supports genocide with its research, it makes all of us complicit.
That's right.
And in particular, it makes those who work on those projects complicit. Those who work on projects that support MIT complicit.
Right.
So we at MIT have had our Coalition for Palestine. One of the members of that is the Graduate Students for Palestine, Grads for Palestine. And back in November, we launched a campaign, a research campaign, to figure out what exactly are we doing to support the occupation. And to our shock and surprise, we found that we've been doing research for the IOF since 2008. We found a money trail going back to 2015. The projects include underwater persistent monitoring, autonomous drone swarms. That's still going on today. That's still happening right now. So when we launched our encampment, our central demand was cut the ties. Stop doing research for a genocidal entity.
That's right.
And you know what MIT said? MIT said that if there were any genocidal entity, any entity that could be plausibly accused of genocide at the international stage, MIT would not cut ongoing programs with that entity. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, you're willing to admit that the entity is genocidal. We don't even name it. And still you're unwilling to cut those ties. It just shows you how deeply they are invested in occupation, how deeply they are invested in the Zionist program, and how unwilling they are to listen to student voices on campus. So to present one of those voices and to give you a sense of what the grad workers here think about MIT's complicity, please welcome my comrade Christian.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming out today. Like Prahlad said, my name's Christian. I'm a graduate worker here at MIT. I'm a proud member of the Graduate Student Union. So, when you go inside MIT, you'll see like banners and signs everywhere saying MIT's values. You have excellence and curiosity. openness and respect, belonging and community, which are supposedly MIT's values. Now tell me, how do these values line up with doing research for the Israeli Ministry of Defense? How do these values line up with doing research for the entity that has destroyed every university in Gaza? Shame! MIT cannot handle this. MIT cannot just wave away this contradiction. That's why MIT is attacking us. MIT has evicted its students. Shame! MIT has violated our union contract by taking away workers' pay. MIT has threatened international students' visa statuses. And there's a disparity here. I received a disciplinary letter 2 weeks after all the events they accused me of. Yet MIT targeted other students with acquittance. There's a pattern here. There's a pattern in MIT's actions. There's a pattern that shows MIT is using its discipline process to maximize fear and pain among its students. Shame! And these are only the official ways that MIT attacks us. MIT lets Zionists slander and harass us with no consequences. MIT professors have harassed and doxed us with impunity. MIT police question and threaten to arrest anyone perceived as pro-Palestine for putting up posters or flyering, while at the same time, Zionists can put up posters using photos of my arrest to slander the union. Shame! Just how Israel looks the other way while settlers attack and murder Palestinians in the West Bank, MIT looks away from Zionist despicable behaviors on this campus. Shame! They don't stop it. They don't punish it because they endorse it. Right? But just as that's a parallel there, there's another parallel. Just as Palestine keeps fighting, we must keep fighting. Just as the Palestinian people keep the Intifada alive, we must keep the student Intifada alive. We cannot back down. We cannot back down while this institution makes us complicit in the genocide of the Palestinian people. We cannot back down while MIT is supporting an entity that's killing its own students, its family, and friends. We must keep fighting until there is a free Palestine. Palestine!
Free 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 Palestine!
Thank you, everybody. Solidarity and free Palestine!
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Powerful words, Christian. Thank you. I want to remind everybody of something. MIT sits on stolen land. That's right.
That's right.
MIT, through the Moral Land Grant Act, stole land from the indigenous people living here and took it and just said, oh, this is ours now. We're going to build this institution on top of stolen land. So it's no wonder that they support the occupation. They're used to it. This is what they do.
Right.
This is what institutions that are colonial institutions, that are built on colonial violence, this is what they are used to doing. But what we gotta do is we gotta say no. We gotta challenge the status quo there, and we gotta say no, you are not allowed to just claim this as your own.
Right.
You cannot sit here and pretend this is all MIT and this is all well and good. Because we know from whom you stole this land.
Right.
And we are supporting those voices forever and always. So this week, MIT is set to celebrate a little commencement. It's going to celebrate graduation. Of course, there are some members of the community who are not going to be allowed to graduate. So MIT's got it all set up They got to set up right near Walker Memorial, named after one of the worst genociders in this country's history. So I think we should go take a peek. What do y'all think? All right, friends, we're gonna follow our friends over there with the banner. We're gonna go this way. If I could get some help with this thing, that would be cool. From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
And from the sea to the river,
From the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Long live Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
Stop the funding, cut the ties.
Stop the funding, cut the ties.
MIT, can't you see?
MIT, can't you see?
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
MIT, can't you see?
MIT, can't you see?
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
MIT, MIT, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
MIT,
MIT, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, we know what side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, we know what side you're on.
we charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Mobilize the intifada.
Mobilize the intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Long live the intifada.
Long live the intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
We are the students intifada.
We are the student intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Globalize the intifada.
Mobilize the intifada.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Fucking bike lane.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Palestine
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! Palestine will live forever! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! Palestine will live forever! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam. MIT, MIT, we know which side you're on. Remember South Africa, remember Vietnam.
MIT, you can't hide.
MIT, you can't hide. We start doing genocide! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey, ho-ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey,
You know where they're going when they leave here?
Come on this way, face that way.
Face that way, come this way.
Alright, y'all. So you can see the tents over there. That's where they're setting up for commencement. And of course, they don't care. They don't care about their complicity. They don't care that it's set up right next to Walker Memorial. Hey! So to speak on what's been going on here, what's been going on at the encampment, what it means to be part of the encampment here at MIT, please welcome Rim.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
Woo! So hi, my name is Rin, and I'm a part of the MIT Coalition for Palestine. On April 21st, we joined hundreds of universities around the world in constructing an encampment to demand that MIT cut ties with the IOF and stop its complicity in the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. The encampment started out as a rallying point of the movement. a demand for MIT admin to disclose and divest. It is the same demand we have had for months now. Over these months, we have seen the genocidal horrors the IEOF carries out grow. We have seen the IOF bomb every single university and every single hospital in Gaza. MIT, you can't hide!
MIT, you can't hide!
You're supporting genocide!
You're supporting genocide!
MIT, you can't hide!
MIT, you can't hide!
You're supporting genocide!
You're supporting genocide!
MIT, you can't hide!
MIT, you can't hide!
Stop the bombing, cut the ties!
Stop the bombing, cut the ties!
MIT, you can't hide!
MIT, you can't hide!
Stop the bombing, cut the ties!
Stop the bombing, cut the ties!
We have seen the official trial of genocide through the ICJ, and most recently seen Netanyahu and Gallant accused as literal war criminals. 40,000 Palestinians have been killed, including 13,000 children. And it is sad we have to keep reiterating this, but the 40,000 people who were killed were not numbers. They were people, every single one of them, with full lives, with hopes and dreams, just like all of us here. Despite the fact that the IOF has forever stolen. Despite the fact that the IOF has forever stolen 40,000 lives from this earth, MIT has refused to cut ties. MIT, there is blood on your hands. 40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead!
You're suspending us instead.
You're suspending us instead!
40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead!
You're arresting us instead.
You're arresting us instead!
40,000 people dead.
40,000 people dead!
You're evicting us instead.
You're evicting us instead!
MIT has taken $4 million from the Israeli Ministry of Defense since 2015. And roughly $250,000 for the current 2 projects, including one on autonomous drone swarms. And for MIT, that's mere pennies. Yet they are afraid to cut ties with the Israeli Ministry of Defense. And why? To uphold the values of academic and scientific freedom? What is freedom when people are dying? I am ashamed to be an MIT student. I am ashamed to be a member of the Department of Material Science, a department which is one of the many currently doing science for genocide. What is the point of scientific advances if the advances are a cog in the brutal killing machine?
Right.
I cannot care more about research than the lives of Palestinians. I cannot care more about research than humanity. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest. We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose, divest.
We will not stop, we will not rest. Disclose.
So the encampment may have started out as a symbol of our demands, but it quickly turned into more than that. It became a home for campus organizers, a place for us to exist in solidarity and community, no questions asked. I'd receive dozens of messages a day from people asking if they could run their events. We made countless pieces of artwork adorning the fence the cops put up for our safety. We danced dabke to Dami Falastini. We ate makluba brought to us by the Palestinian community in Boston. We told stories and exchanged fears late at night, supporting each other. We learned about liberation movements across the world. We wrote love letters to Palestine, the people who are guiding us throughout this movement. And what does MIT do for our participation in this peaceful, loving home of solidarity? They suspend our comrades, threatening food insecurity and homelessness. Shame on you, MIT. Although MIT sent 200 plus cops, many in riot gear, despite the lack of riot, to raid the encampment at 4 a.m. a week ago. Our community has not wavered. Through the suspension, arrest, food insecurity, and deportation threats, we have kept each other safe. We have kept each other housed and fed, and we have kept the community we built over the encampment. We are not going anywhere. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
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 That's right. I want to share a message from someone on the ground in Palestine. Muhammad Al-Azza, the executive director of a women and children's center in the Aida refugee camp in Bethlehem. He is a filmmaker who was shot in the face by the IOF while trying to take photographs in 2013, over 10 years ago. This violence has been going on for so much longer than MIT likes to admit. He shared this with one of his friends who is also one of our encampment community members. He said, "We are watching the news and seeing lots of videos on social media, the students and the arrested cases. We really appreciated what they've done. It's a big action they're taking now. The Palestinians respect what they have done, and we're really happy to even support with anything that will help with what they're doing. And hopefully the situation will end soon. I am not surprised by the arrests and violence by the police, because they are the same police, the same training of Zionists that we are facing here.
All connected.
The Palestinians on our ground are our compass, and we can never stop showing up for them. Intifada, Intifada!
Intifada, Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Intifada, Intifada!
Intifada, Intifada!
We are the student Intifada!
We are the student Intifada!
Intifada, Intifada!
Intifada, Intifada!
Globalize the Intifada!
Globalize the Intifada!
History will remember today, and history will remember this movement, and will vindicate the students and workers who spoke truth, just as it has for the American invasion of Vietnam and MIT's investment in South African apartheid. Admin, of course, claims that this movement is different, but isn't that what they've said for every movement? It may not be profitable to do what is right, but that won't stop us. As human beings of conscience, as human beings with beating hearts, they will never suspend our movement. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
Within our lifetime!
Within our lifetime!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
In our life, not in our dreams!
In our life, not in our dreams!
We will free Palestine!
We will free Palestine!
In our life, not in our dreams!
In our life, not in our
step off it, put people over profit. MIT 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 step off it, put people over profit. Speaking of disclosure and divest, one of the strong coalition partners here at MIT has been MIT Divest. They've been campaigning for years for MIT to divest from fossil fuels, divest from the poor use of energy here, but to no avail. The campus does not care. Sally Kornbluth recently launched the energy initiative at MIT. What was their first task? To build a new fucking building. It doesn't make any sense.
Green bullshit.
That's right. So here to speak on that, to speak on the complicity of Zionism within ecocide as well, is Alia from MIT Divest.
Hello everyone. Today, in the shade of this tree and in front of that river, I would like to talk about something that we have rarely discussed in this movement on this campus, and that is the environment. Alongside pink washing and purple washing, the Zionist occupation engages in greenwashing.
Whitewashing, all of it.
Part of the mythology of the Zionist occupation, a very racist mythology, is that it is there to make the, quote, desert blue, as if the native vegetation and Palestinian agriculture did not exist before Zionist settlers arrived. In reality, Palestine lies at the Fertile Crescent, which is beautifully biodiverse and was the cradle of agriculture. There are deserts in Palestine, but they were not empty. Significant portions of the Al-Niqab Desert, for example, was cultivated by Palestinian Bedouins long before the arrival of Zionist settlers. And after the Nakba and Zionist occupation of the land, the amount of land cultivated in the Al-Niqab Desert has actually declined. The Zionist myth of making the desert blue, again in quotes, also serves to justify the intense environmental destruction and that the occupation has inflicted upon the land. Since the Nakba, the occupation has regularly destroyed native plants, especially olive trees, and planted European species in their place. This has led to widespread biodiversity loss and wildfires. Additionally, the occupation is now attempting to reverse the drainage of Lake Hula. This lake and its surrounding wetlands were drained in the 1930s by the Israel Land Development Company, which interestingly, it was always a Zionist entity, but interestingly, it was once called itself the Palestine Land Development Country. Says something, doesn't it? The drainage failed to produce viable land for agriculture and instead lowered the water quality of the Sea of Galilee, a major freshwater source. And we cannot speak of the Zionist destruction of the land without speaking of the catastrophic environmental damage done to the land of Gaza. As of mid-March 2024, up to 48% of Gaza's tree cover and approximately 38% of the orchard and farmland have been destroyed by the genocidal Zionist military campaign. This bombing, paid for and supplied by our own government here in the United States, is contaminating the air, soil, and groundwater by exposing them to dangerous industrial pollutants like asbestos and heavy metals. The Zionist occupation considers these damages to be military necessities and claims to respect the natural environments. But the Palestinian Environmental NGOs Network has stated the truth. This destruction is ecocide, an international crime. This genocide also furthers a climate crisis which threatens all of us. As of January 2024, the carbon footprint of the genocide in Gaza is estimated to be 30 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents, accounting for the costs of reconstruction, or as much as the entire nation of New Zealand emits in an entire year. If you don't count reconstruction, if you take the military's numbers at face value, then the direct carbon footprint of the aerial bombardment and land invasion alone is 281,000 tons of carbon dioxide equivalents, or over that of 20 climate vulnerable nations. This is why a true environmentalist who cares about climate change must oppose the genocide in Gaza and the entire war machine. And that war machine includes MIT. MIT is another greenwashing Southern colonialist entity. MIT, founded from the Morrill Act's land grabs of Turtle Island, claims to be deeply concerned about the climate crisis and dedicated to finding climate solutions. In the inaugural words of President Sally Korbluth, the alleged goal of MIT in this moment is to be, quote, proud in 2033 that a decade earlier, again quotes, it helped lead a powerful cross-sector coalition and place big bets on big solutions to dramatically accelerate progress against climate change.
Babble and bullshit.
This is a noble goal, but I cannot see it coming to fruition. MIT is unapologetically complicit in the fossil fuel industry's destruction of the environment. MIT has made no formal acknowledgement that it misused and misrepresented climate science in front of Congress under oath in support of the 2010s fracking boom. Even after a decade of student, faculty, and community activism, MIT has refused to dissociate from the fossil fuel industry, still inviting fossil fuel companies to career fairs, still naming buildings after fossil fuel robber barons, and still investing the endowment in fossil fuel assets, and still using fossil fuel funding to fund climate energy research. Even in its new climate project, founded in place of a full school for climate and set out to roll this summer, MIT has made no commitments to limit fossil fuel influence. It was therefore an unpleasant unsurprise that MIT refused to reject sponsored research funding from all entities credibly accused of human rights violations, including, but certainly not limited to, the IOF. After all, even for a cause that it claims to want, quote, to marshal a bold, tenacious response to, again, the inaugural words of President Korbluth, MIT does not have the moral courage to reject immoral money and misguided influence. To President Korbluth, the MIT Corporation, and the rest of MIT's administration, we call upon you to listen to your students and community, cut the ties, reject the funding, and stop retaliating against your own students. Until you do so, there will be no business as usual here, there on Killian Court, and beyond. MIT step off it, put people over profit.
MIT step off it, put people over profit. MIT step off it, put people over profit. MIT step off it, put people over profit. MIT step off it, put people over profit. MIT step off it, put people over profit.
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
All right, folks, we're about ready to start wrapping up, but I want to say, this speech that Alia just gave is a reminder that we are here for global liberation. That we are here not just for the liberation of Palestine, although that is our focus, that is our center, that is our compass. We are here for the liberation of all oppressed peoples. Environmentalism is an important window into other conflicts as well. If we look at what's going on in the Congo, we know that the US is extremely complicit in what's going on. We know that here at MIT we waste so much technology. You know, the e-waste here is crazy, and they don't care. They don't care what that means in terms of the global impact. They don't care what that means when it fosters slavery in the Congo. So here, we are going to continue to uplift voices. We are going to continue to say no to MIT's complicity in global oppression. Last thing I want to say is, of course, a big part of this movement is the youth. And we've been inspired to see the youth, not only here on college campuses, but on high school campuses, and even younger, coming out, blocking streets, taking roads, walking out, doing the good work. And so I want to invite a member of our youth who wants to lead some chants. Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
And from the sea to the river!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever!
Stay tuned, y'all. Much love. We appreciate y'all for being out here. We will be back. That's right.
Yo, David.
You have it.
كل السفن الفتاة